Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever episode of the Shanism podcast. I'm your host, Ukuo.
I'm Aishai.
Iwatani.
I love the pause in between.
Yeah, it was so long.
Yeah,
What was that?
we didn't practice. We didn't practice which order we were going in, innit?
I told you which.
You're
I told you which.
Yeah, to be fair, Liam did
No,
say.
no. What do you say? What do you say?
He's like, oh yeah, so it's gonna go, me, Yukio, and then it'll go Nathan, and then Percy, yeah? But you clearly weren't listening, so...
Oh, no.
Silly
Well,
boy.
yeah, not much of a difference, isn't it?
I did say.
Not much of a difference.
I never listen, but
Great
Whatever.
first episode.
episode 1, fantastic.
And Iwatani, refer to us by our stage names, you fucking clown.
sorry, boss man.
God damn it, Percy, man. What are you teaching?
Sorry, Big Daddy Yukio, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you piece of
Oh,
shit.
no.
Right, so, moving on. Topic of discussion today is anime. Boo!
Why boo?
We-
You watch loads of it, man.
Yeah,
You're
unfortunately.
drowning in it, bro.
Drowning in the anime. So, what we're going to do is just go from anime to anime that's currently airing. You know, your Attack on Titans, your JJKs, your Borutos, Horimiya, etc. So,
100%.
let's start with Attack on Titan.
Man.
Oh boy.
Oh, bro.
It's banging.
Right, so,
There's a lot to talk about, to be fair.
there is a
about
lot
it,
to talk about. Right, for starters, context. I am the only person here that's read the manga. I'm caught up to the manga. There's only one chapter left, so I know exactly what's going to happen. Though my memory can be a bit fadey in some parts. So, I'm going to try and talk from the perspective of an anime viewer, because I don't want to spoil people. Because, I'm not a human piece of garbage.
Yeah, not like the random Twitter users that you see every now and then. I know you are. I am keeping track, because you keep spoiling the show for me, you little assholes.
I see yous. I see yous.
I've got my eye on you, I'm not stupid.
Right, let's start with the story contents. Right, in my opinion, the Marley arc. I think the Marley arc is the best Attack on Titan's ever been.
So far, out of everything that we've seen, I can agree that the Marley arc so far has been the best. This new one is
Yeah, it was most
really starting
enjoyable
to
arc.
shape up. Like,
I
This new
think
one?
it's the absolute peak.
Marley arc is so far is genuinely, in my opinion, peak anime from what I've seen. Like, it kept me on edge every episode. At the beginning, when they introduced Falco, Gabi, Zofia, and Odo, man, at first it was a bit jarring, obviously, because we've stuck with Eren for 3 seasons, and then we're getting thrown with these new characters. But as it eases in, it begins to get a lot better as we see Eren infiltrated Marley. Like, goddamn.
Usually, stuff perspective changes I don't usually like. Well, not don't usually like, just I've always seen it done wrong.
Yeah.
But, they actually did it right here.
You managed.
They make you care about the characters, give them a bit of backstory and that.
Yeah, you managed.
None of the characters we're really familiar with appeared in episode 1, apart from Reiner. Because at that
Reiner.
point, Zeke was still a bit of a mystery to us.
Yeah, the only part we had seen of Zeke was obviously season 2 with his little beast appearance when he was throwing boulders at the tower, and obviously season 3 part 2 where we saw him scrap with the scouts and obliterate all of them, including
And that little interaction with Eren and that as well.
yeah, and that little interaction. Yeah,
Mm.
I totally forgot about that interaction until I rewatched that episode recently. I totally forgot it. Another thing to think about in that scene is that Peak is actually present in season 3.
yeah.
It's
No
really
one
weird
knew.
to think about.
It's like Pete
And-
was there.
As we saw in a recent episode of season 4, she was there in season 2 as well, when they gassed the village.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really,
Wait, what?
yeah, in the one of the recent episode, they had a flashback to when they gassed one of the villages and turned them into Titans.
Yeah, when Zeke was talking about how his spinal fluid works, when he was lying to Levi about the freezing.
Yeah,
Is this the episode we watched yesterday?
no, the episode before, Peak was in the car Titan. She was there.
Yeah, there was a flashback. She was there during.
No, I swear you didn't watch. Whatever you
I
watch,
do watch it,
you
man.
just-
I just forgot, man.
You just don't actually process it.
No. It connects. It connects to the brain. I just forget it.
He was in that Flock episode where Flock did that like silence finger thing, which made him shoot up in my list. Because damn, I was
Yeah, I was more hype about the bottle smashing and that, which I think you're still wrong on.
bro.
I think you're still wrong on Yukio.
Yeah, no,
No,
I can kind of
no.
agree, but like you know,
What am I wrong about?
I'd
That you
also
thought he was
batter
a-
that kid. You know, I'd also batter that kid.
Wait, no, I want to hear what Aishai has to say.
That you think I keep forgetting his name, but the guy that smashed the bottle on Falco's head
Niccolo.
was a loon. Niccolo, yeah. You thought he was a loon? Like what?
I think he's a loon.
How?
No, right. In the situation he was in, him acting that way makes sense. He's obviously very emotionally distressed. So, he's irrationally so, he's going to hit a child.
Irrationally?
Irrationally. Like,
That's not rational.
No rational individual would assault a child.
In his defense, though,
Yeah, but it's not just a child. It's a being that's killed someone very close to him.
He even regrets it afterwards.
he does show the regret after, like, oh Lord, I almost killed 2 children. What have I become?
He realised he was acting like a nut.
Yeah, he acknowledged that and moved forward. But even so, I still think he was partially right to do what he did. Well, sorry, do what he thought was right.
Like, Gabby needs to get her comeuppance. I agree. She's an actual, like, crazy bitch. But again, I've watched her, like, 12 years old. She shouldn't be getting fucking beaten to death.
True, I think
For some of but there's some certain things you need, like, not need to get punished for, but some people can just outright just like do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Like just because they're children, if they know what they're doing and like they know they knew what they did, their brains are active doing it. You can easily punish them for it. It wasn't like an accident. Like she accidentally tripped her up and she fell off a cliff. It's like she went out her way, climbed on the ship and shot Sasha. And she was proud of it. She was gloating about it.
Yeah, straight to Nicolo's face. Like, yeah, I shot the devil in the chest, and that's when Nicolo snapped. Which I can, I'll defend.
To be fair, she didn't gloat to him knowingly that
True.
he had affection
That
for
is true.
Sasha.
True.
She went
She
in
didn't
there
know.
with was
She thought he was an ally.
yeah. She thought he was a Malian hostage.
Another bit of context: she's been on parody for a month.
Yeah.
The first friend she meets, of course, she's going to be like a bit like, oh yeah, like you're an ally, and get a bit excited.
I guess he's the first Malian she might have seen besides Falco, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was the first Malian that she'd ever seen for a month.
Right.
Because obviously they're all with the majority of them are allied with Paradis, and a lot of them are Jaegerists, as we've seen, with Anya and Capone helping Paradis.
Jaegerists. I'm sorry, but Jaegerist is such a terrible name for a group.
No, I think it's actually quite cool. I think they're completely opposite.
I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's ridiculous.
Sick. The Jaeger.
A Jaegerist.
Awesome.
Jaegerists. What the hell?
I'll be a Jaegerist.
I would not be a Jaegerist. I'd rather see myself be dead. Anyway, I think we should talk about the controversy of the early episodes of season 4, especially in terms of the animation.
Mappa.
Well, like the CGI.
Too much
People on Twitter went just went ape shit. Fucking caveman breaking sticks and throwing rocks.
Bro, they went straight
it's fucking
primal.
CGI
Like,
for
it
the
was
Titans.
ridiculous how freaked out about that. Rhino looks so stupid. He looks
went
like a plastic
absolutely
thing. Nah, I thought he looked
ballistic.
lit, I actually saw Ryan and I freaked out. I was like, bro, he looks sick.
Some of the designs I thought were really sick. I thought some of the designs were like really sick and that as well, but like I can understand the slight like annoyance from like in your face CGI. Like part of the time, like when they like threw out like the jaw tightening, I was like,
Jaws
that's
CGI, I
mad.
think, looks
The Jaw
probably
Titans
the best
CGI
in the
is
early
fantastic.
episodes. But obviously Aaron, because he had a lot of detail.
I think that's like one of the ones I'll allow. That and the Colossal Titan I'll fully like allow for like CGI because like
Titan's
it
scale
feels
is
feels
also
different.
a hell of a lot for
Which
someone
I'm
to hand
understanding.
animate. But they actually did hand animate, which I thought was mental. The fact that they took this colossal, no pun intended, being and just went, yeah, let's hand animate that, when in season 2 and 3 we were like CGI. Yeah. No pun
Did you
intended.
just
I even
say
included that
colossal
part.
being? Right. What? In my opinion, right, the Attack on Titan final season clearly had a trouble
Yeah.
reduction. You know, Mappa's taken on way too many anime. JJK, Mappa, that's the fucking studio, not the anime. It's taken on Chainsaw Man,
It's
Zombieland
running like
Saga.
JJK,
You know,
Kakaguri,
it's a busy studio.
Chainsaw
It's
Man.
also
And
It's,
JJK.
yeah. It's also a big
Yeah.
studio, so like it's different teams for different anime. But I don't have the deepest understanding of like the studio itself. But surely, if there was less
Yes.
anime, like the teams themselves could be bigger, so there could be more people working on Attack on Titan. And it seems the schedule itself is just grueling. Like the poor people
100%. Yeah.
working on this shit, they deserve a raise, because regardless of the terrible conditions,
To be fair though,
they're doing
well,
fantastic.
not to be fair, the way, yeah, they haven't dealt with it well. They've just, the director, like, yeah, even he's getting a bit tired of it. Like,
Yeah,
you saw in
there's
some of the
too
interviews
much.
with him
Like
that
they've
he
taken
was,
on
like,
too much stuff, and it's
physically
like
exhausted.
whoever the higher ups
But-
are all dealing with it.
Like, at least he's trying to help now a bit more. But what if you
Aye.
ask my honest opinion? I think they should relinquish some of the less like major anime like Kakaguri and maybe Zombieland. Maybe they should like divert it to a different studio because
Mhm.
the Mapper employees are under too much pressure with very little wage to pay for it.
Mhm.
You see, the reason they're taking on so many
Yeah,
anime
sure.
is because the newest CEO seems to be a bit of a greedy cunt. He's
Aye.
just taking all the anime. I don't think they
If
can
they get
actually
rid of
give
Chainsaw Man, I'd be
Zombieland Saga
disappointed.
in particular
Hence
to
why I
another
said they should
studio,
get rid of
because
like
it's an
maybe
original
Kakaguri.
anime.
I very enjoy Kakaguri, but
it's their pet baby.
if need be,
And
then give it to
it
the
would
studio.
be absolutely stupid to get rid of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man's blown up. Like I've seen a lot of the manga reviews, and people are saying like it's absolutely fire, and I can agree. From the few panels that I've saw, it is fantastic.
Chainsaw Man doesn't even have an anime, and it's popular than most anime nowadays.
Wow, it's a Chainsaw Man.
It,
It's almost like
it's-
title's
it's-
Chainsaw Man, Nathan. Damn.
it's good shit.
I've not seen anything on it. Like
It's just
all I know is there's a thing with a chainsaw.
well. I couldn't have guessed,
No,
you
no,
know.
no.
I
What
couldn't
about
have
a man
guessed.
with a
Aye.
chainsaw? It's a man who is a chainsaw.
Right.
You reckon?
He's Chainsaw Man. His head and arms.
I've not seen anything on it yet. Actually, I did see that like
Design's
little trailer
awesome.
thing, and that looked
And
alright.
there's that
Right,
girl
is
with the
it about
spiral
a man
eyes.
with
Like
a
she looks
chainsaw?
kind of cool. I wonder what her business is about.
Aye.
Damn, bro, you.
The guy is a chainsaw. It's like
episode one,
his head is like
exposing yourself,
properly
Yukio.
weighted and
Jesus.
stuff in it.
Oh, Makima, she kind of bad though. You know what I'm saying?
JJK literally has
Go
shot up to my
down
second favorite
bad.
anime. It has no missed.
Anyway,
It ain't missed
moving
yet.
on from Attack on Titan.
Let's go back to the
to
beginning,
another
shall we?
mappa anime.
Let's go back to the first time
Jujutsu
Aishai told me to
Kaisen.
watch the show. I was sitting alone, you know, just watching some anime. And he's like,
JJK.
"Yo, Iwatani, you should check out this new anime."
It's
yeah,
definitely
Jujutsu
top five
Kaisen. I was
for
like, "Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll watch the
It's
first
top
episode
five.
for you." So I watched it, and it had me hooked straight away. The first episode's build-up is fantastic. The execution is great, and Sukuna's finger was hype as fuck. Gojo, absolutely phenomenal. The second episode even kept up with that pace. We're
Literally.
having Gojo and Sukuna scrap. Like that was great. Like
I was
Sukuna's
great.
introduction,
is
fantastic, man.
fucking, I think
Fantastic
he's
first
such
episode.
a cool antagonist. Like even though he's technically part of the main cast and he's the main villain, it's so well intertwined that I
Sukuna.
can't help but look at how great it is.
I do
At
love
first,
the
the
idea of the villain being
Yeah.
like the same being as the main protagonist. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's not
I'll
exactly
say
new
that. Yeah, I
to
think
JJK.
Yeah,
JJK
yeah, I've seen it with
wants
like
to take
Naruto
some
and that.
concepts from Naruto,
Yeah,
obviously
it's
with
literally exactly like
Sukuna being
Naruto,
inside Itadori and
just
being a
different
vessel,
details, but
and I
it's
think
done
they've taken
extremely
that
well.
and
I'll
absolutely
even
blown
better
it out of
than
the
Naruto.
park by having
Yeah, yeah,
Sukuna be
definitely.
an interesting character as well. Because let's be real, Kurama was kind of just there for a bit. It wasn't really personalized that much in the beginning. He was kind of just alluded to as this big being that attacked the leaf many times, but yeah, later in the
It's kind
show,
of the
later in Shippuden, when Naruto and Kurama started talking a lot more, got a lot better. But obviously, with those early, like, there wasn't that many
the coolest
interactions.
thing
There
I've
was
seen him
always
do
that
was like
part
when he
where
like took
you'd
over like
see
Naruto's body for
Naruto
a second
struggle
and like
with
spoke to
controlling the
Kakashi.
Nine
He's like,
Tails
"Hey, bro,
chakra, and it'd
do
peek out
this."
every now and then. But it, yeah, it was never a case of the like actively had him always try to push out all the time and be a constant threat. It was just more he was there in the background as a almost side character.
It
Even
only
though,
comes out when he's like
again, he
actually like
showed up in
either
Shippuden
raging
later
or he's
and
like in some
became
like
a
deep thought type
very
of thing.
sizable force.
Mm-hmm. Feels bad for Sukuna
Yeah,
as well though, because like
with
in the
episode
early
2
episodes it was super
as
lit
well,
because
when they fed him
we
the
didn't know
second
if he'd
finger, they were like,
come out
they
now and
alluded
again,
to
or
that
like
Sukuna
maybe
was
if he eats
almost
more
coming out
fingers
for a
he
minute,
like
and then
can't like
Itadori managed to pull
can't
it back, which I
contain
thought
it.
was
But
really
like
well.
we saw immediately from Itadori that he just kept it in. He's like,
And with
get
as
on my body, bro.
the episodes went on, with 4 obviously being the introduction to incomplete domains and special grades, when it absolutely fucked Itadori up. Like, no diff, slapped
He's
him
got
up, and then
control.
Sukuna came out in his second fingered state, which is this is like the weakest we've seen Sukuna, basically, bar obviously in the beginning.
Yeah.
In Sukuna, for the first time, used domain expansion, which tore him into multiple pieces, which is a special grade, which we saw fucked the main cast up horribly, like battered the shit out of him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it completely agree. Character introductions.
Literally sliced Itadori's hand off and stuff like that.
This show has definitely got the treatment.
Yeah,
from
I've seen
Mappa
panels
it
from the
deserves.
manga, but it's
fucking
so like
phenomenal in terms of visuals.
it's. I like the way it's done
Absolutely,
now.
mate.
The manga
The
panels, from what
introductions
I,
and stuff
'cause
as well. Oh,
I went back a little
it's
bit
just
and
two
read
10
like
out of 10s.
the first 3
Beautiful.
chapters, and
Have you
the way it's
seen
done
the
is
actual
very well.
manga
I think the
style?
art style for
It's
it is
way more
very
rough.
impressive. It's rough, like you said, but it also
way
fits
more
the
rough.
theme of the entire like series. 'Cause what we've seen, it's a bit cheery, like hoo ha, yay, we're punching the shit out of curses, and then with the recent episodes like 18 up to 22, it's been more a bit grim, and like this is like more a realistic feel, as this is what this universe is. It's not fun, it's almost like a nightmare. And we saw on episode 22 when people were was it 22 or was it 21 now? I can't remember. But with these new episodes, it's getting very dark, and it's taking a big turn. I've still only seen the first episode of that to be a disappointment.
Yeah, it's going into that darker category.
An anime that blew me away was Wonder Egg Priority. I know.
I ain't even see it.
Yeah, you pieces of shit. Well, Wonder Egg Priority, it's a very subtle show. Like, it's goofy, but it's very, very dark at the same time. Themes of self-harm, sexual assault, sexuality. Basically, think of anything like controversial or bad, and it's probably covered by Wonder Egg Priority. But it's done in such a good way.
What do you mean by subtlety? Is it like similar to WandaVision, where like they make it seem all cheery and that, and then they'll have like the little sprinkle in a bit of sadness or a bit of like despair?
No, it's just done in a very delicate way, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with care. It's not in your face. Like, at one point you see a character about to self-harm.
Yeah.
But they stop. but it's like one of the few moments in the show where it is in your face because it's intense. Like they're about to self harm, and you don't want them to. And
I still need to catch up to it. I've unfortunately been stuck with it's Haikyuu and
it's done exceptionally well.
Kill la Kill, which I've been rewatching.
Very, very well animated.
Obviously, Attack on Titan.
I like shows that give you high and low emotions and stuff like that.
In terms of anime content,
enough. It's still airing.
I had loads on my plate, and I just completely stopped watching stuff like I was watching Kimono Jihen and stuff like that. I thought that was really sick when it came out. Then the later episodes, it kind of slowed down a bit because it felt a bit more what you call it.
You watched that?
Because they're like detectives in that now, so they're hunting for stuff, but it's it's kind of iffy. It kind of reminds me of Zootopia, where they go on the random missions and then it all connects.
Zootopia.
Mm-hmm.
That's such an odd comparison.
No, you know how what you call it, the fox and the bunny, they have to go investigate stuff now and again from different people.
Yeah.
I'm only comparing it in that sense. Obviously, it's completely different, but
it's such an odd comparison.
I can find links anywhere, man.
Oh,
anywhere.
Yes, Promised Neverland. We'll talk about that one later, Nate. Talk about that one later. Yeah.
A controversial anime this season. The Promised Neverland.
Aishai and Ukuo have very different opinions on this.
I thought you were talking about...
Yuki was it's us.
Piss. No, yeah, we'll talk about that one later. Yeah.
Do. Right.
It ain't even that bad, man.
Yes, it is. Right. No, right. Okay. I've read the Promised Neverland manga. I read all of it within a few days after I watched after the first episode aired, a year ago, from the first season. I mean, it blew me away that much that I ended up reading the entire fucking manga, and I kept up with it until the end.
Yeah.
Then I dropped off a little bit, but I was satisfied with the finale, and I was excited for season 2 because there's an arc in particular called Goldie Pond, which anyone who's familiar will know it's probably the peak of the Promised Neverland. And I was excited to see at least a glimpse of it because I wasn't exactly familiar with the timeline. I kind of forgot which arcs came in the timeline, so I wasn't sure if it would show up in season 2 or not. Either way, I was excited. You know, I didn't watch the second season at first because I was just watching other shit. I did eventually get into it. The stuff that was covered that was in the manga.
What was that?
It was rushed, but fair enough. We want to get the good stuff. Fair enough. Then they get in the underground bunker. Then
it all goes wrong.
Then it all goes wrong. Where is X character? I don't see them. Where are they?
Where are they at?
So I'm thinking, alright, there might switch things around.
Yeah,
but it keeps going. Then 2 episodes later, fucking Norman shows up.
I don't want to be that guy that compares.
Then I drop. That's when I stop. Because in the manga, I don't want to be the guy that compares anime and manga, but in this case, it has to be done. Norman doesn't show up again in the manga until around chapter 70 or later, around that time, right? So I would say about season 3-ish time. And this man, he just pops up like, "Hey, it's me." Like, right. I've heard this was approved by the author. If that's the case, he's a bum because this shit is doo-doo. The manga is brilliant. I love the Promised Neverland manga a lot. And the first season of the anime skipped over some stuff, but it was still concise and entertaining. The second season skips half the fucking manga. That is not acceptable.
The artist is, but sorry, not artist. The author's choice.
It was the author's choice.
So he's got a plan, alright. Some certain things.
Right.
I don't know what happens in that arc. Obviously, like
I hear what
there
you're
might
saying.
be. My guess is that there's a lot of dialogue in that.
I hear what you're saying,
But-
right? But let's use another example, right? For Metal Alchemist 2003, the original anime,
Yeah.
follows the manga for a decent portion. As far as I'm aware, I haven't read the Full Alchemist manga. Then it starts to divert to become its own original story.
Yeah.
But it doesn't skip anything. It just becomes a different story.
Yeah.
The Promised Neverland, it's off the rails. This shit is
It took a shortcut, man.
It took a shortcut by skipping the best part of the manga. It's trash. No, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit anyone that worked on this. You know, people are behind it. You know, I don't want to devalue them. I know. I'm sure the animators are probably just trying to like, put food on the table. You know, bless them. They have no input in the story, so they get a pass. It still hasn't been confirmed, as far as I'm aware, that it was the writers of the anime or the author that chose this, but it seems to be leaning more towards the author. So, the author, I can't remember his name. His name does not deserve to be spoken at this point. Like, I just want to know, like he had literal gold. Why change it? Why? Like, just to get to the finale
Maybe
quicker?
he might be doing stuff in different orders. So like, you never know what could happen. Because like, you said stuff about like Attack on Titan as well, where like, obviously anime is like different to like manga and stuff. So like, but you've mentioned two different kind of like spoilery things, like before, where actually the peak stuff wasn't spoiler really, but like stuff that would have happened in that episode came out like the next episode or maybe a little bit later in a better context. So like the stuff of like Piak, you know, being on the ground, and then like the conversation between Willie and that soldier or whatever.
Yeah, right.
That was better placed like afterwards, so maybe they'll do it like a backstory thing. In case like maybe that arc was like too long to animate or something.
Yeah, but you see, now that we're at Norman, it kind of ruins the previous arcs. Because if they would be shown in flashbacks or just simply explained away by backstory,
I was gonna say, there's another good example
would be trash.
of animes that
I
have
see what you
taken
mean,
source
but it doesn't
material
apply
and
to
skipped
the Promised
over a
Neverland.
lot
There's
of it.
so much has been skipped.
Is
Not
Blue
just in the
Exorcist.
scene. Like, actually, like,
the-
multiple arcs have been
See,
skipped.
it was. See, yeah, because you get to that halfway mark, and it's like, what's going on? Because all of these characters that have been building up to be something just end up becoming.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I never read the manga, but I know something felt missing from
because
it.
you get to that point, and it's like, what is going on? And they skip all of the show.
It kind of went rogue.
Literally, the entirety of what the manga had set, and they skip straight to the end boss fight with Satan, and it's stupid. Because I actually thought Blue Exorcist was good with the build up and such. It was looking quite cool. Like, you know, is another trope of the villain almost being inside the main hero, but the main hero was the son of the main villain, which I thought was quite unique at the time. Yeah, I was quite young when I watched it. You know,
Yeah.
it was one of my first anime. I'd still rate it pretty decent. But the fact is that they took the premise that they thought was really cool. I thought it was really good. The first few arcs were quite entertaining. I thought the forest arc was cool until they brought this like demon king over from Gehenna and were like, yeah, just throw him in there now because that's gonna make sense. Yeah, the green haired guy. He's like one of the lesser kings, I believe it was, and they just threw him in there, and then they skipped everything and went, yo, now we're fighting Satan. It's like, what? Like, where did that like line up at all? It doesn't.
What, the green haired guy?
Yeah, it's after that.
Oh, yeah.
See, I can remember like the first half it's pretty decently. I wouldn't say it's great, but after the forest, like all of these characters that have been building up to like be friends with Rin.
After that point,
him,
it felt
turn
really
once,
iffy.
And they're like, oh,
Like, I can barely remember
that
actually.
guy's the son of Satan. Yeah, fuck that guy. And then they just stop being friends with him for like a whole 5 episodes until he has to gain back their trust in the dumbest way possible because he stops one of the. It's a little bit, but it's still kind of fits in with the whole anime skipping manga sections. But I'll digress from here.
I can't help but feel this conversation's been derailed a slight bit.
It's a little bit, but it still kind of fits in with the whole. Yeah, the ReZero has been consistently good. There's just nothing you can really say.
Alright.
Right. Anyway. I'm trying to think of other anime that are currently airing, and there's ReZero, but there's not much to say because it's just brilliant. It's just good.
I'm not sure, man. I've not been able to stay on from the first one or the second one.
Well, to be honest, Aishai.
Well, how do you know I love the both of you?
Actually offends me. So.
Nathan.
Aye, but I hate you.
No, you're fat.
You're fatter than me.
I'm not fat.
There you are.
Fat cunt.
It's just straight up denial.
Get a job.
I've got one, you know.
What?
They finally messaged.
What?
They finally sent an email back saying, like with links and stuff to like actual work and that.
Give a little bit of context.
So like for ages, right? So back in November and that, went to get an interview thanks to Iwatani over here. Right, went there, had a little conversation. He said he'd take us on, but he said, "Sorry, obviously there's stuff going on with COVID and that, so it might be a little bit delayed. But I think we could possibly get you started in December." Keep in mind, this was like halfway through November. I was like, December, that's only like 3 weeks max. I'm like, that's calm. We get to like halfway through December. I'm like, so I drop him off a couple of emails like, hey, still here. What's going on? It's like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to delay you to like January because obviously there's like stuff going on. And I'm like, all right. So every now and again, like every like 3-4 weeks, I'd like pop up saying like, what's going on? And he just keeps delaying it or like slowing it down. But I finally got that email back today. Like me actually like applying to like to the work and stuff. And now I can like soon they'll probably just give us like actual hours because they've asked for like proper like details and that.
That's mad.
Like contact details.
It's
about time.
That's annoying.
What's that? 4 or 5 months waiting.
Right, I'm going to send
we'll add it in post.
our little chat here.
What the fuck?
This is a manga page.
Are they playing Dance Revolution?
As you described me, what you see here. And for anyone watching the YouTube video, I'll put it up as well.
Oh yeah. Obviously I did that. What is that? Oh, okay. Bro. Oh no, I want to play a game like that.
Considering they're crying, I'm going to assume that maybe one of the villains is like, haha, play Dance Revolution.
No, that's just...
Oh no, there's people behind that.
That's just the illusion of movement.
Oh.
Same person. It's
I don't like that.
Considering they're crying, I'm going to assume that maybe one of the villains is like, haha, play Dance Revolution.
Basically.
Dancing them to death.
Basically, the MC, who is Chainsaw Man, he kind of loses control as Chainsaw Man. But then it goes into like a comedy routine where he picks up this girl.
I'd also be quite scared, to be fair.
She's a recurring character. She's called Kobeni. He picks her up and he forces her to play Dance Revolution.
There'd be multiple shades of
dance. And obviously she's fucking terrified because a man made a chainsaw is telling her to dance. I would be crying in fear. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just hackers, man. Just cutters. I'm not doing goofy stuff, man.
No. Not at the moment.
Just end.
Ain't doing anything goofy, man.
Right. I'm trying to think of more relevant anime.
Haha,
yeah.
We didn't even watch it, yeah.
Right?
But I think we should bring that...
No. Stupid asshole.
So we should bring it up now. Redo of Healer. The most controversial anime to come out in
quite wild.
Years. Like this.
We need to check out the new episode. I forgot, but we need to check out the new.
Mate, they're more ecchi still.
We've got to bring it up.
It's basically hentai. It's basically hentai. Yeah. Very controversial. I mean, enjoying the story,
wild.
Yeah, but it's
pretty much a hentai.
Very
really
controversial. Like. Jesus! First episode is like, I wonder what happened.
No,
to this
it's just a hentai. Really. It's just a
the second episode,
but it's actually got a decent story.
Make the MC
I'm not
go
that bothered with
through it again, and then they have the main character go to what at that point we establish is the main villain of that arc, He goes up to her room. He's like, "Ha, fingers go snap, and if you scream,
The
I'm
second
gonna
episode was
fuck
mad.
the shit out of you." So she screams, and she's like, "Ah, no, don't kill me." And then it just gets like, you know what I mean? And it's not good. Gets gets a bit raunchy. There is no need. It's a bit skits.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
there's no need for
No
it.
one thinks it's entertaining.
Gets a little raunchy. Now, a lot of people have had like multiple views on it, and like people are just like straight up looking
Yeah.
at it and thinking, "Oh, this is bad." No one thinks it's good, you know. No one thinks any of this is remotely positive.
Right, so a little
That
bit
was
of
hilarious.
context on myself. I watched like the first 2 episodes of Redo Healer, and the scene from episode 2, like right, the dick slap, that was funny, right? That was fun. That was fun. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny as fuck. But I think it's just a bit too much.
To be
For
fair,
me personally,
since
to actually
that
get
second episode, it's never
enjoyment out
got
of it,
that
you know.
bad.
I
Like,
can
it's
handle
never
dark stories,
gone that
I like
direction
Breaking
again
Bad,
of like
but
MCs or
nah,
rapists.
this
It
is a bit
hasn't
too
done that
much for me
yet
personally, so I
from
just clocked out of it.
that second episode. It's still a bit raunchy with like a lot of. Yeah, it went from like the raping the main villain of that theme to now. Oh yeah, we're just having casual sex with all of the characters that join my harem, including the new one who's going to be the new
Yeah,
Demon King.
he
which is like,
allows
what
everyone.
The fuck. Yeah, he left the ding dong wave in her face, like woohoo. It's like, bro, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will lead us into this episode that we've still got to watch.
And we saw the thing at the end where
Ah,
we
it
just
sounds-
left the ding dong out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Man just held out the log. We got. Want to check it out later, right? Alright.
Fucking degenerate.
But there's, yeah, I think the main reason I'm able to keep watching this show is because it's like a completely different perspective. It's like, oh, you're checking it out from like the villain's perspective, or like just a character that has to do, well, it doesn't have to, but they've got a goal. They're trying to do it. Like, you can't keep having the same generic, okay, I'm a hero, I've got to save people, or oh, I've got a goal, but I'll save people at the same time. It's like, this guy's just playing it like how he wants to play it. Similar to like Death Note, where like light
he's
kills a
got the
bunch
right
of people.
ideas,
That's why
doing it
lots
in
of
the
people
wrong
found
way.
that quite enjoyable, because of like, you know, the conflict between Light and L, and that. Like, Light's obviously the villain, but he's like, you kind of want him
He
to
ain't
win,
one.
you kind of don't want him to win. Mm-hmm. And this guy, he's just been through
Go on.
so much stuff that it's actually broke him on a mental
Dragon
level.
Ball
So he's just like, you know
Broly,
what,
let's talk
this
about
time
that.
around I'm winning
It's like the
at
most
any
I've watched
costs.
Dragon Ball
Do you
Super
know
Broly.
what's the complete opposite of like deep, complex stories about rape, murder, sex, money, drugs? Dragon Ball, baby.
Go on.
Dragon Ball Z. Big. Right. So I'm gonna tell a little story between me and Aishai. It's a really funny story. So,
Are we talking about like the argument days?
well, this is so. This is an argument that me and Aishai had. It was about a year ago now. Maybe
About a year ago.
about a year ago.
Like maybe I think like April or something.
So
March, April.
So me and Aishai in a group chat, and I'm talking about Dragon Ball to someone. I can't remember how the conversation exactly started, but Dragon Ball was brought up, and I said, base Goku could destroy a universe, because it's true, he can. And then Aishai was a bit confused by that. He didn't understand why. He thought I was speaking nonsense. So I explained to him that, well, he was fighting Beerus in his god form. He nearly destroyed the universe by simply throwing a punch. Then he absorbed that power into his base form, and then trained with Whis. So he got far stronger in his base form, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's understandable that he could destroy at least a universe. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he goes through many trials. He fights. He trains for 3 years for the Universe 6 tournament with Vegeta. Then the Goku Black Arc, he gets many Zenkai boosts. Then, in the Tournament of Power, he literally gets hundreds of times stronger in his space form. So, I say, he can destroy all 12 universes, the multiverse, theoretically, in his space form.
Nah.
And at the time, Aishai was like, fair enough. He didn't have a comeback.
Because I'm not looking for like all the facts and that, like the only one we've seen that have actively like destroyed a universe is Zeno.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just giving you like, Goku nearly did destroy the universe, but the fact he got infinitely stronger throughout Super suggests that he still can.
100%.
If you really want to, but we're obviously never going to see Goku destroy the universe because he's the hero. Like, we're never going to see that happen, but we can guess he could. That's what I'm saying. That's power scaling.
If that was the case, why didn't Thingy Goku Black like destroy like just the planet?
No, because he wanted to destroy moles. He didn't, because he wanted to keep the universe intact. He just wanted to kill all the moles. Because he was an actual nut.
Taking bare time with it.
He was taking his fucking time, like. But how
I think he is just
Dragon Ball's not that deep.
He could have easily just lasered it.
No, he wanted to keep like the planets and shit intact.
He did say that.
But he wanted to kill moles. Because I think he's just racist, to be honest.
Literally was,
I think he's just racist.
He literally saw himself as a superior race. Fair enough.
But you see, he killed all the other gods as well, so he's just like super Nazi 5000.
That's so hype.
Fucking nuts.
I actively rewatched it a few weeks ago because it's just that good. It's genuinely a phenomenal movie, and I have literally nothing bad to say about it. It's really good. The pacing is great. That last 40-minute fight is fantastic.
Fantastic animation.
It's
yeah. He could have just went and snapped them away, like 100%.
My complaints are mild at best. The only thing that really irks me is the fact that Gogeta didn't just fucking one-tap Frieza. Like, he easily could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shouldn't have left Frieza.
He literally could have just walked up to Frieza and just like that, and he was...
2 minutes later, I see Frieza, just killing an entire population of a planet.
Yeah, man. Broly, his transformations, I really like. I like the fact that there was someone out there. Because you keep... it was based after Tournament of Power, wasn't it, Broly? So, watching someone who can scrap against Goku at that level is it's really entertaining. He beat the shit out of Goku, he beat the shit out of Vegeta, he beat the shit out of Golden Frieza, and then Gogeta just shows up and starts just slapping the shit out of Broly. It's like, damn, the fuck, how powerful are Vegeta and Goku combined? It just shows that they're fucking unstoppable. But the fact that Gogeta with Goku and Vegeta, if fused, could do that much damage to Broly, who before that was fucking up Frieza, Vegeta, and Goku, was just it's ridiculous. I'm not sure whether when they were throwing punches and connecting, it was breaking the fibers of the universe, because it looked like that what was happening. You'd land a punch against each other. What? Yeah. Broly tried to stop Whis.
I'm curious that what you call it? He's tried boxing Whis as well.
I'm back. What my bearded dragon was doing, my bearded dragon fell off a log a little bit, but she kept trying to get back on it, so she was constantly rolling, but she couldn't get back on it, so she just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And I just noticed a few seconds ago that she'd been doing it for a little while. I'm like, oh my god, you fucking idiot.
What's it doing?
My best friend. Oh man, he's so fun. He's so entertaining to watch at all times. My brother.
Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, I think we need
The
a
fight
little
with
conversation
Anime
about.
as
I think
well
we
when
need
they're
to like
both like
have a
in the
dedicated
air
episode to
and they
Toto.
just shout brother and kick off each other's legs. That was so entertaining to watch.
Brother!
Black Flash.
Brother!
Best friend,
My
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm
Brother!
sick of this. I'm just gonna domain expansion. And Gojo shows him, was like, you what, bitch? You what?
And then,
Hollow
oh, that was
purple.
fantastic,
And like,
incredible
just
teamwork.
snap.
And then later on, they just show like, "Yo,
it's revealed
leave us
the
alone,
episode
man."
after that Hanami only just survived. Like, she's missing her entire arm. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna die.
Drops the purple.
And Maito's like, oh,
It's
hello,
good shit,
Hanami.
man.
You can get up now and do all this. I'm gonna help you away. Bro,
It's good shit.
nah. The curse spirits to heal. Then it's part of just her being though, so it's gonna regenerate.
Aye.
It's not. I don't think it's a case of like you cut off that arm. It's just a normal arm.
But has
comes
Hanami,
back.
like,
I think
lost
it's
that
literally a
special
case
arm
of
now?
That's built into her like genetic system. So since she's a
Yeah,
curse,
but like
she'll
that
just heal
arm
it
was
back.
special, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Alright.
let's talk about the preview for the new episode coming out on Friday. No. I get that. But
No, that's fair enough.
what I want to
Hella strong,
nitpick
like.
about it, this very small detail, the special grade curse from episode 4 and 5. Sorry, from episode 4.
No, I'm tired of it. I
has
don't even trust it
shown up
anymore.
again.
I've told you before.
It's gonna square off against Megami, which is going to be fucking hype. We still haven't seen Megami at max potential yet. We've only seen him at his teasing
that?
base form with all of his summons.
Aye,
And
it's
the
the same
fact that
one.
we could see it next episode, I think we could, I think we're going to see it next episode. Yeah, but think about it, right? The first time it was going to happen, it was against Sukuna, which he saw as the ideal threat.
Oh, no, but they've been blue balling us for like the past this entire like half a year now. They've been blue balling us for half a year.
Not kill him, but leave him basically dead until Inamaki showed up. And then the third time was in a life and death situation with Hanami, but obviously Todo and Itadori showed up last second to be like, "Yo, you don't got to use that." But this time, I don't think anyone's here to help Itadori. Sorry, to help Megami, because Itadori said he's going to deal with that curse that Maito said couldn't be exercised, hence why he was in that jar. And then we've got Nanami, who's going to be fighting that Shadow one, who's like domain it is. And then we're going to have Megami squaring against the special grade, which I think he is going to use it. Bro, Itadori, he wouldn't stomp that special grade, but he'd definitely do a lot of fucking shit to it. Like, current Itadori has scaled so far. Yeah, Itadori.
I want to see Itadori versus the special grade,
I wouldn't say it's like exactly Black Flash, but I'll say what I said at the beginning.
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like
mad now.
Sukuna's like
and he's got
cursed
the
energy.
we saw
we
saw that red hand before, didn't we? So what? Did he use the Black Flash
I still
before?
think under that impression
It just
that
didn't work.
Sukuna's cursed energy that was kind of like peeking out a little bit. You know what I mean? Bro, I bet it feels like ass, It might be a little bit of an orgasm in there. You know what I mean? He's edgy with Sukuna.
You never know. I might feel
good. Holding in a shit.
I feel good.
But enough of the nutting talk.
It's like holding in your nut.
That special grade that Maito fed to that guy and was like, "Yeah, this is that's a vessel. Remember, that's a similar." He was saying that's very similar to Sukuna, but Sukuna can only be with specific, and this guy can take over anyone.
Bless you, man.
This guy's a special grade that these said Jujutsu Tech couldn't exercise, hence why they were in the jaws. He's going to be a big problem. I really cannot wait to see what he does. Then we've got that one that we saw in the preview was grabbing Nanami. Nanami? Nonobara, sorry. It's Nonobara. It was grabbing Nobara and was pulling it in. So I think he's going to be a problem for her. And then we've got the special grade. We saw what that special grade did when it showed up in that third episode, where it just fucking was it the third or the fourth? I think it was the fourth because Itadori died in the fifth. Yeah, it would be the fourth episode when he showed up. So he showed up and because Itadori, because we've been shown that his reactions are like superhuman, or like because we saw in the first episode he's got brilliant strength, he's got fantastic reaction timing, really good speed, and he couldn't even speed blitz the special grade. Like he literally only grabbed his dagger, raised it, and his entire hand was cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Which it could be, yeah. But even then, though, you've got to keep in mind if it's still similar to that
that
curse,
special grade
though,
blitzed him,
it's
but who
very similar
knows? Like
to that special grade
maybe
in episode 4,
this
then
one that's
it's
came back is a bit
going to
weaker.
be
Even if it is a bit
with
weaker,
Sukuna's finger, which is
Itadori's
we
got
saw
way
how much
stronger
of
as
an
well.
amp one finger is, because one finger clapped the shit out of Itadori and Megami. So that one finger amp is going to be crazy to see if it's built the same as the last one. But if it's not, then obviously we've got a new case on our hands, and it could be different, and it could be weaker. But either way, that fight next episode with no, I think we're going to see Sukuna versus that cursed spirit. You know, I want to see more Sukuna. The one that can't be exercised, yeah. Because
we could get Sukuna again.
I'll put this
Which
in
one?
context. Remember,
Well, the one that
Sukuna
can't be
is
exercised.
claimed to be the king of curses, which
That'd be pretty cool. That because it's like, what would he do then? He'll actually do something that's like that we can like see as like a feel like he can exercise.
Put in perspective,
stuff that can't be exercised.
We've
or, like,
seen what Maito can do. We've seen what Hanami can do. We've seen what Jogo can do. I genuinely want to see how Sukuna scales because it's ridiculous. No, I don't think I've told Liam about where the finger count is up to at the moment, unless he doesn't mind hearing now. Yukio, do you mind? The current manga
you found
has
out
got
like
15 fingers,
in the current
which is only 5 away from the full 20. I haven't read how strong Sukuna is right now, like, but
Go on, then.
I'm imagining it's some like Gojo level shit. Because I'm waiting for season 2. I'm waiting for season 2, man.
I'm gonna be reading the manga after the anime ends.
No.
Yeah. Oh, man. Keep crying about it, man.
Because he's ruining it.
I don't care.
You're ruining it.
I don't care. I'm reading the
ruining
manga. No, shut up. I'm reading the manga.
Ruining it.
I'm reading the manga afterwards.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it. You're
ruining
it. You're ruining it.
It was good.
I'm just gonna wait.
It's good. Why you gotta ruin it?
I'm not ruining it.
Yes, you are,
reading
man.
more because it's good.
Watch it when it comes out first time.
No. Suck my nuts.
Patience.
Suck my nuts.
Later. See, that's what we do, Percy.
See, that's fine. That's fine. But I want to read the manga.
No.
We can do about it. You got to stop this.
I'm coming to your house. I'm burning your manga.
I literally know where you live.
I'm burning your manga.
Bring up the Shibuya arc, bro.
One at a time.
You what? I'm actually gonna fucking murder you.
I'm using your manga as
the newest arc.
fire.
Right.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next.
Right.
We'll bring that up in the next episode.
No. We should end it here before.
We're getting lit. Wait.
No, we can wait for that.
Wait, bring up what?
We've been waffling, bro.
No.
No, hold on. Wait. No, I'll be alright.
Next time.
There's a No, it's fine. We'll finish this off at like maximum an hour because it's 54 minutes now. How do we do this for 54 minutes?
No. Well, yeah, Percy's been waffling. We should just end it now.
No. Hold on.
No, we've already said we're finished now. So.
No, we haven't.
Aye.
We haven't fully ended it because we need to finish.
We don't need to.
Gotta have like a special outro.
Doesn't need to be an hour.
No,
right.
It doesn't. No, but I want to hear. We don't need to have recurring. We don't need to have like discontinuations. Because
shut up. I can call this part, right?
No, different.
No, I can call this part. Wait, we're
different.
But we're still deciding whether to thingy or not.
No, keep this part.
Sorry, I got this.
Show that like
awesome car. Have you seen it? Well, you can't say it, but yeah.
Why would
Wow.
I?
Aye.
There you go, Hardy.
Just keep it in. And that's
This has
all
been
from
your boys.
Aishai, Iwatani, and Ukuo.
Aishai and Iwatani for the first episode of the Shanism podcast.
Aye.
Any finishing notes?
Right, whatever. Right, we're ending it here. This is. No, shut the fuck up.
This is the
Shut
Shanism
fuck up.
podcast.
Shut the fuck up. This has been Yukio, Iwatani, Aishai for the first episode of the Shanism podcast. Fuck you.
Alright, I'll stop mine as well. Shouldn't have said that.